Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to guide you through a 45-minute all-level yoga practice. So just a reminder to listen to your body. If any of the stretches aren't working for you, please skip them, come on out and modify them. So today we're just going to start in a comfortable seated position and then allow for your eyes to close. So we'll just take a couple of moments to drop into our breath and drop into our body. Observing your connection to the mat. So just noticing where your body's meeting the ground, maybe edges of legs, edges of feet. And then grounding down through the sitting bones, begin to lengthen your spine. Feel that your core is working. So that sensation of tucking your tailbone. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. And then try to create that line that flows through the spine, lengthening the back of the neck, reaching and stretching out through the crown of your head. And then dropping in, connecting to the rise and the fall of the breath. And then lengthening your breath as you inhale and lengthening your breath as you exhale. And then maybe encouraging your exhale to be a little bit longer than your inhale. And if you would like, set an intention for your practice tonight. So intention could be anything that you would like it to be. Let's begin to draw the chin into the chest when you're ready. Lengthening the back of your neck, maybe a little wiggle of your head, gently releasing any tension here. Allow for your head to roll to the right. We'll just find our way into a nice side stretch and float yourself back to neutral, chin to your chest. Head releases to the left. And release. Let's come back to a neutral neck here, chin to your chest. And then a little bit of a circling. So maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. Whatever feels best in your body. And then begin to circle in the other direction. So just reverse that movement. And then as you circle, noticing if there's muscles that feel really tight or really tender. Let's come to a neutral neck and soften that right hand down to the ground to the side of you. Left hand begins to reach up and over. Reach for the right side of your head. Full breath to lengthen, left ear to left shoulder to exhale. And then we'll just breathe here. Coming up to a neutral neck. Left hand lowers, right hand left. Full breath here. Lengthen and soften. And then just noticing if the stretch feels very similar on this side of the neck to the first side that we worked on. Coming to a neutral neck. Right hand lowers down. Left hand reaches up and over. We'll transition to a side stretch. Left shoulder is rolling back, right shoulder is rolling under, and heart is shining up to the sky. Core engages, float yourself back on through, left hand down, right hand lifts, full breath in and out. Rolling that shoulder back and other shoulder under, and neutral spine. Let's walk those hands right out in front, softening forward into a gentle fold. Try to relax your head and your neck as best as you can. Let go of any tension that you might be holding onto. Coming back on up to a neutral spine and releasing forward. Let's make our way into table. As you come to table, maybe grab a blanket to pad your knees. We'll take our knees, hips in line, wrist, shoulders in line, fingers span wide, press through index finger, press through your thumb. Right leg begins to extend behind you to start, and to begin, let's just have our toes on the mat. We'll just take a minute to press out through our heel and the back of the knee. We're going to take our right knee up. We're going to lift that heel in line with our hip. And then take your right knee to your right tricep. We're going to just do a little tap forward, send it back, and then knee into your nose, round your spine, and send it back. And then let's take our right knee to our left tricep. So let's do a little cross, work those side muscles. And reset, we're gonna take it back into table, knee connects down, lower your stomach down, lift through your heart space. Tailbone will lower, crown of the head will lower. And then flow through cat and dog for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. And lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Exhale, round your back. Imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Neutral spine, last leg behind you, toes on the mat to start. We want to get that great calf stretch and quad stretch. Let's lift that heel up, left knee to left tricep, float it back. Knee into the nose, round the spine, float it back, and left knee to the right. We'll do a little tap across. Reset it back into balancing table, knee down, hand down for table, a little reset here, and then circling out through your hips. So maybe find large circles and maybe finding smaller circles. And begin to circle in the other direction. So we're just going to reverse that movement. Coming back into a neutral spine here. Right leg extends behind you. So toes will curl under. Press through your heel in the back of your knee. Lift your heel up. We'll take our heel in line with hips. And maybe imagine you could balance a block on your low back. Left hand's going to reach and stretch in front of you. Arm frames ear, thumb to the sky. Exhale, round. Knee and elbow touch. And lengthen. Exhale, round. And lengthen. Let's take that one 3 more times at your own pace. Back into balancing table, knee down, hand down for tabletop. And then left leg behind you, toes curl under, press your heel back of the knee, breathe here. Lifting that heel up, floating your hand in front, exhale round, lengthen. Exhale, lengthen. 3 more times here, flow with your breath. Resetting back to balancing table, knee down, hand down for tabletop, and let's come to Dolphin Plank. So we're going to take plank on the forearms, drop down to your elbows, reach for opposite arms, hands come out in front, fingers interlock, palms touch, or press your hands down into the mat. Toes walk back, toes curl under, finding your way into your plank position. Feel the core working here, tailbone tucked, navel back and up to the spine a little bit. And then try to create that line that flows through your spine. Lengthen the back of your neck, reach and stretch through the crown of your head. Feel that really strong connection of the forearms into the earth. We want to lift from the shoulders, find some length and find some space here. Knees begin to soften. Toes will curl under and sit back onto your heels. So find a toe stand. Option to stay here. You may want to try balancing toe stance. You can shift right onto your toes. Hands to the sides of your body. One hand to front heart. Other hand will meet it. Spine will lengthen. Almost create a little sensation that you could lift yourself off of the heels. Let's come on forward. We'll make our way back to table. Dropping down onto your elbows, reach for opposite arms. Do a little reset here. And dolphin this time. So toes curl under, sitting bones to sky. Walk your toes into your feet. Backs of your legs lengthen. Reach and stretch, sitting bones to sky. Spine lengthens, back of head, neck relaxes and releases. And feeling that really strong connection of the forearms into the earth. So lifting from the shoulders, finding length and finding some space here. And if you would like more of a stretch, walk your toes into your face. And let's release that one. Knees begin to lower, toes will curl under, sitting back onto your heels. And option 2, take that balance if you'd like. Core engages. Imagine someone drawing you by the crown of the head by a golden thread. The spine is really lengthening here. And release. We're going to take ourselves forward, back into table, and find your way to a downward facing dog. As you take down dog, shake it out. Bend one knee, the other. Let your head relax, yes and no. Come on through, land in your fold, and then shake it out in your fold. It may feel nice to bend the knees, relax your head, yes and no. Hands can release to the right. We'll find a gentle side stretch. And then try to feel really grounded through both of your feet. Come back to neutral, do a little reset to the other side. And release. Let's come back to our neutral spine. Take a half lift here. We're going to lift our spine, lengthen our spine, fold to the earth. Come on up, breathe here. And release your hands into your heart space as you exhale. Hands are going to reach and stretch up. Fingers will interlock and press your palms right on up to the sky. Lengthen here. Hands to the right as you exhale. Your left. Hands are off to the left. Let's roll that left shoulder under, right shoulder open, and feel that the heart is shining up to the sky. Come back to neutral, realign, and hands to the right. Almost create a little sensation that that left hip can press off to the left. So just guiding you deeper into the stretch. Come back into neutral. We'll do a little reset on hands behind the body. Fingers interlock, palms touch. Lengthen your spine, breathe here. Fold it forward, breathe out. And then as you're folding here, let your weight come forward into your toes. Heels are light. And almost a sensation that those heels could roll from the mat a little bit. Hands can relax onto your low back. Hands can float down to the ground. Let's take a halfway lift. And fold. Come on up. Rising for mountain pose as you inhale. Hands to your heart space as you exhale. Right foot begins to lift. Let's try tree. We're going to come into Rakshasana. So for tree, you can bring your foot anywhere on the leg that feels comfortable. We just don't want to place the foot right onto the knee joint. So below the knee or above the knee is fine. And then hands can reach and stretch up if you'd like. Let's roll that right knee to the back of the room a little bit. So it's going to help you to get that great hip stretch on this one. And from here, we're going to transition to a warrior 3 pose. So we'll just send that right foot back, aligning in our balance warrior. Find that one spot to focus on, one spot to focus your concentration and to focus your awareness. Let's come back into a Crescent Warrior. As you set up for Crescent, feel that the right leg is super active. Press firmly through the heel and the back of your knee. Feel your leg active, feel your leg energized. We're going to spring that right foot forward, so hands are going to stay reaching up to the sky. Give a little kick out in front of you. And then as you kick that leg out in front of you, feel that your heel is in line with your hip. And then maybe try to lift that heel a little higher up. Lift it up, challenge yourself. Come on through, let's take it to Warrior 1. And then as you take Warrior 1, arms are active, arm frame the ears, fingers are active, reach and stretch through your fingertips, palms face one another. Hands behind your body. We'll come to a yoga mudra, taking devotional warrior when you're ready. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders. See if that helps you move deeper to your stretch. Core engages, float on up. Back on through to warrior one. Hands to the earth. Runner's lunge. Left hand to the sky. Take your runner's twist. And then as you take your twist, with each in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. Out-breath, let your twist deepen. Holding the shape of this pose, we're going to transition to side planks. You can roll into the outer edge of your right foot. Core engages. And then let's take our left foot to meet that right foot. So you can stack the insides of your feet together. You can also stagger your feet. Feel the top hand reaching to the sky. Feel the top hip reach and stretch to the sky as well. And release. We're going to take ourselves back into plank. Lower down. Chaturanga. We'll take our up dog here. We're going to open the chest and open up the heart. Down dog. Breathe out. Let's come through back into our forward fold. We're going to take our half lift. Release, come on up, full breath. Hands on heart space, breathe out. Last foot lifts on up, let's come into tree. Let's feel really grounded in the right foot. So we want to press firmly to the inside, to the outside. And then notice your body's natural tendency. If you tend to roll in, maybe tend to roll to the outside of the foot. Coming into warrior three, we're going to send that leg back, trying our balanced warrior. In warrior three, imagine that you could balance a block on your low back. So left hip rolls down a little bit. Feel that evenness in your low back, evenness through your hips. Let's come through. We're going to take it to crescent. And then as you set up here, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Try to create that space between the ears and your shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. We're going to have those hands reaching and stretching to the sky. Spring forward and kick that leg right out in front of you. Core engages, tailbone tuck, navel back and out to the spine a little bit. Step that foot back. Warrior one pose. In warrior one, let's drop in with our breath. We're going to breathe deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. Hands behind your body, coming into that yoga mudra. Releasing into devotional warrior when you're ready. And then as you take that pose, try to scan your body. Where are you holding tension? Let it go with your exhale. Core engages. Come on up. Warrior one. Hands lower for runner's lunge. Right hand lift. Take your twist. And then with your twist, we're going to breathe into our stomach, ribs, and chest. And then release from your chest, ribs, and your stomach. Transitioning into side planks from here. Let's roll into the outer edge of our left foot. Stack the insides of the feet together. Feel your hand reaching and stretching to the sky. Feel that top hip reach and stretch up as well. Coming back, let's release into plank. We're going to take our chaturanga to our up dog, but hold your up dog for a moment. Look off your right shoulder. Breathe into your back bend. That might give you a little bit more of a stretch for your hips. Come on through to center. Look off your left shoulder. Come back and down dog. Breathe out. Come on through. Let's take it to plank. Back to high push-up pose. Right hand to the sky. Coming into side plank. Right foot's going to step up, finding tree side plank. So we're just going to bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg and feel that top hip lifting up. From here, let's come to wild thing. So we're just going to put that right foot to the left. Come onto the outer edge of your left foot. Rise into the tippy toes of your right foot. Have your right knee bent. Have your hips lifting to the sky. Shifting on the hands and the feet, let's find three-legged dog from here. Big step through and come on into warrior two pose. In warrior two. Feel really grounded in your feet. Press firmly through your front foot, through your back foot, and almost create a little sensation that you could draw your feet in towards one another. Reverse, front hand up and back. And back hand can glide on your back leg, arm can wrap around your low back, reach for the other hip crease and take your half spine. Come on through, warrior two. Lateral angle. And then maybe extended lateral angle. And then breathe here. Core engages as you come on up. Straighten your right leg. Right hand up and back. Reverse triangle. Reaching and stretching from that right waist. Lengthen through whole side body, arm and fingertips. Come back to neutral. And from here, we're going to work a little bit with pyramid. So for pyramid, left foot takes that hop forward. Left toes turn up the yoga mat. Hips square forward, shoulders square forward. Hands reach up, breathe in. And fold forward. And breathing into your stretch. So this one gives such a good stretch to your legs, your hips, your back body. And you can just play with the weight in the feet if you want to deepen your stretch. Maybe more weight into your right foot, lifting that right hip up. Maybe draw your left hip forward, right hip pulls back a little bit, changing up that stretch in your body. Left leg to the sky. Let's try standing split pose. And then as you take standing splits, looking to that wall behind you, maybe taking your gaze to the ceiling up behind your body. Exhale, knee and elbow, or we're going to take that knee to the nose, round, send it up and back. Exhale, round, up and back. One more time. Come to runner's lunge. We're going to straighten out our front leg and working with a straight leg twist. So for straight leg twist, right leg and left leg are straight, left heel is lifted. Left leg is super active. We're going to take that right hand to the sky when you're ready. Breathe here. So this one might feel a little similar to runner's twist, but it's also a little different. And we're going to transition to a revolve balancing half moon pose. So left leg's going to lift up when you're ready. You can take your hand, have that right to the sky. You can also have your hand on your hip if you'd like. Maybe try to lift that leg a little higher up. You could flex your foot if you would like, activate muscles a little bit more. Gently release, standing split pose, and then open into warrior two. As you do a reset to warrior two, feel that your hands are reaching and stretching in opposite directions. You want to have that front hand reach and stretch forward, back hand reach, stretch backwards. Let's take our body into goddess pose. So releasing the legs a little bit, toes are going to turn out, heels are going to shift in, and we'll have a nice deep bend in the knees. Arms can sweep to 90-degree angle. Let your tailbone tuck here. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. Try to create that line that flows through your spine. Left elbow to the left knee. Let's do a little tap down. Core engages to come on up. Right elbow to the right knee. And realign. And let's take this one side to side for a moment. Breathing here. Full breath in and out. And release. Let's come back into our goddess pose. We'll do a little reset warrior two to the front of our yoga mat. And as you take warrior two, windmill the hands to the earth. Find your way to your runner's lunge. Step yourself back into plank. As you take plank, we're going to lower down chaturanga, take your up dog, and find your way back to down dog. Come on through. We're going to land in that plank position. Left hand lifts up for side plank. And then left foot's gonna step up. We'll find our tree side plank. Hips lifting to the sky, hand reaching, stretching up. Transition to wild plank. You can just let that foot gently release to the other side of the yoga mat. Rise onto the tippy toes of your left foot, outer edge of your right foot. Hips are lifting to the sky. Three-legged dog. Send that leg right on up. Foot floats through. Open into warrior two pose. And ground into your feet. Try to press really firmly into your front foot, firmly into your back foot, and almost create a sensation that you could pull your feet in towards one another. Reverse, float it up, float it back. Maybe half binding here, if that works for your shoulders. Keep that deep bend in your front knee. Back into warrior two. Do a little windmill down, find your lateral angle. Maybe extended lateral angle. Trying not to collapse into the bottom shoulder here. A little lift, little lengthen here in the shoulder. Core engages, let's take it back on through. Warrior two pose, straighten your front leg, front hand up and back, reverse triangle stretch. Full breath in and full breath out. Coming to neutral, we're gonna hop our back foot forward and we'll work a little bit with that pyramid pose. Hips and shoulders square forward, take a nice full breath in, lengthen your spine, hinge at your hips and fold down. And then just observe in your body where you feel the stretch. We all experience each pose really differently. Maybe feeling that stretch in the backs of your legs, maybe in the low back, maybe in the back of the neck as you let your head relax and release. Let's take it to standing split. You can lift that leg to the sky when you're ready. As you exhale, knee to nose, round your spine. Send it up and back. Let's take some crunches here. Engage your core. 3 more times. Releasing, we're going to find our way to a runner's lunge. Straighten out your left leg. So we'll have left leg straight, right leg straight, rising onto the toes of that right foot. That right heel is lifted, and then left hand to the sky. Let's take our twist. So this gives us a nice twist for the spine and also gives us a wonderful stretch for the legs. We get a great IT band stretch. We get a nice stretch into the waist, into the hips, the side body. And when you're ready, we're going to lift that right leg up, trying that revolve, balancing half moon pose. Try to lift your leg as high up as possible. Full breath in, full breath out. Core engages. Transition to standing split. You can send your leg right on up to the sky. Releasing into warrior two when you're ready. Feel your breath flowing in and out through your nose. Try and goddess pose from here. A little reset on legs. Toes in line, heels in line. Toes turn out, heels shift in. Deep bend into your knees and arms will sweep up into goddess. Let's try a little side stretch here. So we're going to take our left hand behind our head. We're going to reach that right arm behind our body. We're going to release our torso to the right. And we're going to roll our left shoulder back. Keep that deep bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Try to tuck your tailbone. We don't want to stick our butt out too much here. Core engages, reset back, neutral. Left arm around low back. Right hand up, lengthen, and side stretch. And release. We're going to come back into goddess. This time releasing into wide-legged forward fold. So toes are going to turn in, toes in line, heels in line, hinge at hips, and fold down to the yoga mat. Shake it out a little bit, maybe bend one knee and the other knee. Allow for your head to relax, yes and no. Hands can walk out in front of you, and we'll try a down dog with the legs wide. Send your weight back into your heels, so hands are light, and almost a sensation that the hands could lift off of the mat. Hands walk into your body, and then let's take those hands right underneath us. Let your weight come forward into your toes so that the heels are a little lighter, and then almost a sensation that the heels could roll from the mat. So just a little different stretch on this one. Let's release that one. Walking your hands to frame your front foot. Let's take it into a runner's lunge. From your lunge, take your right foot to meet your left foot. Come into a fold. Half lift here. Fold it forward. Come on up. Breathe in. Hands at heart. Breathe out. Right knee comes up and into the chest and into the stomach, so fingers can interlock, and then we'll have a little support here. Let's breathe. So we're just going to feel that knee kind of pulling into the stomach, pulling right into the ribs. And then gently releasing that knee off to the right. Left hand can move off to the left. Maybe the index and the thumb will touch, and then you can gaze off your left fingertip. Let's come back to neutral. Hug that knee up into chest and into stomach, and then releasing the knee off towards the left. Maybe gaze off the right. You can allow for this right hip to kind of roll down a little bit. And then releasing, feet a little wider than hips and arms side to side. We're going to come into empty coatsies. Last knee comes up and into the chest and into the stomach. Let's give that a nice little hug in. Feel all the muscles working. This is so good for strengthening the standing leg. All the muscles through the foot, ankle, and through the knee. Left knee to the left. We're going to open it up. Right hand to the right. Relaxing shoulders from ears. Come back into neutral. We can hug that knee up into chest and into the stomach. And then taking that left knee off to the right. Left hand to the left. Try to relax your shoulders from the ears. Breathing here. And release. You can hug that knee back up into chest and into stomach. We'll do a little reset. Feet can be a little wider than hips. We'll sweep arms side to side. To release, let's take it back to the top of our yoga mat. Feet are in line with our hips. Breathing here, hands reach and stretch up, hinging at hips and fold down to the ground. Take your halfway lift, plant your hands, let's find our way to plank. Take that high push-up pose. As you find plank, lower down chaturanga. We're gonna take an up dog here. Breathe into your back bend and press yourself back. We're gonna find our way to down dog when you're ready. Right leg to the sky. Let's find a three-legged dog and send that knee through, working with pigeon. We'll work with a awesome hip stretch. So for pigeon setup, right knee to your right wrist. Have your lower leg at a bit of an angle so that it's near your hip. And we are going to work with a quad stretch. We'll take our left hand for our left foot and then pull that foot in a little bit. So if you can't reach your foot, feel free to use a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, a rope or a tie or something like that will be perfect, just to kind of loop it around and then pull it in. Let's take a minute to close our eyes. Breathing here. So this stretch isn't easy. It can bring up a lot of stretching and a lot of sensation in the body. So try to relax your body as best as you can. And really important to do our quad stretches. So when we're at the desk sitting or driving or watching TV, things like that, the quads tend to shorten, our body becomes imbalanced, and that's when pain and discomfort show up. So this is really, really good for the body, great for balancing, great for realigning. And we're gonna release that one. Square hips and square shoulders forward and let yourself fold down. Feel the eyes closing. Try to relax the eyebrows and the jaw. Try to let go of tension through the shoulders, arms, and hands. Relax the upper, mid, and low back. Try to relax your legs and relax your feet of any tension. Let's begin to release. We're going to press ourselves back to down dog when you're ready. And then let's begin to extend our left leg to the sky. Left knee is going to float through. Let's come back into pigeon. We'll give this one a go on the other side. And then as you settle here, let's try our quad stretch. So hand for foot. Pulling that in. And then gently releasing that so you can relax the leg down, hips, shoulders, square forward, and then let yourself soften when you're ready. And try to clear the mind of thoughts. You always have thoughts moving through the mind, thoughts for the past, thoughts for the future. Try to release the thoughts, bring the awareness to the breath, bring the awareness to the present moment. And then releasing, we're going to press that up. Rolling onto our left hip, and right foot's going to take a big sweep forward, and we're going to find our way onto our sitting bones. Legs can shake out a little bit. And then let's take it down onto our backs from here. As you come down onto your back, reach for your feet. We'll come into a happy baby stretch. Flex your feet, reach through the heels, maybe rock side to side. Maybe finding stillness here. And as you release that, let's hug our knees right up and into our chest and into our stomach. Drop them to the right, and we'll work with a spinal twist. Left shoulder relaxes onto the mat. Gaze off your left shoulder. Allow for your eyes to close. Breathing here. Realigning. Let's come back to neutral. Hug your knees up and into your chest and into your stomach. Release your knees to the opposite side. We'll gaze up the other shoulder and we'll take our twist on the other side. Maybe closing your eyes and just letting yourself melt into the pose with each exhale. Coming back to neutral, let's hug our knees up and into our chest and into our stomach. Arms, hands around knees or shins. We're going to just gently rock to the right and to the left. And then take that rocking into circles. So maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. And then begin to circle in the other direction. And release. From here, we're going to come into Shavasana. We're going to take our resting pose of our practice. So of course, if you need any final stretch or movement, you can do that. You may want to grab some props that would support your body as well. We're just going to let ourselves get nice and comfy here. Letting your body lay flat, letting your eyes close. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you. In the infinite expanse of sky, grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet us. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are. So fully alive that when you open your eyes, the world looks different, newly born and vibrant. Just for now. Let's begin to wiggle fingers and wiggle toes. Coming onto your side, we're going to make our way into fetal position for a moment. And as you take fetal pose, maybe create a little pillow to gently support your head and feel your body take the shape of the posture. Coming on up, let's make our way into a seated position. Bringing your hands at prayer at heart, letting the eyes close. Ending practice with a Kundalini blessing. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.